Hi and welcome to this video. Before we jump in, two quick things. First, if you are enjoying the video and the content that I'm putting out, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Second is there are time codes and chapters in this video. So if you check out the bottom here of the video, you can scroll through and jump to a different chapter that you want to if you don't want to watch the whole thing through. With that, let's jump into the video. Here are 4 things that you don't want to forget if you are DIYing your product-based small business website. Are you ready to take the leap and start selling your products online? Maybe right now you have a brick and mortar store already. Or maybe you've been going to craft fairs or farmers markets or selling to friends and family, and you're ready to expand your audience and start selling your products online. The following video is going to go through 4 things that you want to be aware of when you're building your online website. This is not an exhaustive list, but these are things that you do not want to overlook. Let's get started. Done is better than perfect. I was going to put this one last, but I think for website design, this is a good one to have as a mindset mantra as you go into building your website. If you've never built a website and are concerned about the technology or apprehensive about what the final product is going to be, I want to remind you that perfection is a myth. Of course, you want your website to be beautiful, you want it to showcase your products, you want it to get sales going for your business. These are all normal, average, of course, things that you want your website to do. But what I'm here to remind you is that if your website is 90% done and it is set up and it's ready to sell, but there are 10% left of tweaks that you really want to get done, launch your website. Launch your website. You can finish those 10% of things while it's launched, while it's starting to generate sales. Because sometimes if it's ready and you keep trying to tweak those last 10%, your website may never be launched, or it's going to be launched much later than what you had hoped because you're so worried about that last little 10%. So I'll say it one more time. Done is better than perfect. Product photography. You want your products to look their best to get that sale. And since you're wanting to DIY your website, you may be wanting to DIY your photo photography as well. These days, that is a very doable task, and it's not costing a bunch of money. You can keep your investments really low by buying backdrops from the dollar store and then using your phone and editing apps to make your products pop in the photos. Since your customers can't look, hold, and feel your product in person, taking a couple different angles of your product will really help them understand what it is and help their decision whether to buy or not. It's also good to have consistency within your product shots. Your products should have the same background, the same lighting, and the same angles. Your backdrops can be a great way to differentiate products though, too. If you have seasonal products, or if you have products that are all in a similar collection, you can use your backdrop as a way to segment those different products. It will help your client or customer look through your website and easily see how they could potentially batch different products together, and you could get a higher sale. In the description below, there are a couple different resources that you can look at that give you some ideas about how you can set up an at-home photo booth using really inexpensive props and your phone, along with some editing software to make your products look professional and ready to sell. Inventory tracking. You're gearing up to sell your products online, but you still sell at markets, you still sell at farmers markets or craft fairs or your brick and mortar. Keeping accurate and up-to-date inventory will ensure that you don't sell a product at the market and then have someone buy it online and not have anything to send them. Many online platforms like Shopify, Square, or Squarespace have this capacity integrated into their system. That way, you can sync up your different point of sales, whether it be in person or online, so that you never have to worry about double selling a product. Another part of having an inventory system like this is that you can actually curate it and decide if there's a product that's going to be sold only at a market or only at online, or both. That way you can track your sales through the same system, but really be able to figure out which ones you want to ship potentially from being online and which ones you don't, or if you have ones that you found that are selling better in person than online, maybe you take it offline for a while, or vice versa. Payments. This may seem obvious, but there are a few things that I do want to point out. First, do you have a business bank account? Without going into details because it's out of the scope of this video, it's important to have a business bank account. This allows you to separate what you're earning in the business from your personal income. Therefore, it helps with your taxes. It helps you track your business income and expenses so you can see the health of your business. And it's a really important boundary for you to take between your personal finances and your business finances. We'll go more into this in a later video. Second, most website platforms already have an integrated payment system. So whether they're linked directly to your bank or they use a third-party provider like PayPal or Stripe, it's important to know the fees associated with each option as well as the deposit timeline. You have to decide if you're going to increase your product price a little bit to help cover some of those costs. That's up to you. Another thing to think about is if you are selling to a European audience. If so, your website needs to be GDPR compliant. There is an article in the description that gives you an overview of what that looks like as an e-commerce business. Okay, I threw in one more. When to hire out. I'm throwing this one in as a bonus. I always encourage small business owners to know their strengths and their weaknesses. If building a website is not something you know how to do, want to do, or want to learn how to do, hire someone to do it for you. Small business owners wear so many hats in their business. They are the owner, they are the marketing director, they are the HR department, they are the order fulfiller, they are doing the email marketing, just to name a few. You don't have to add web designer to that list. I understand by hiring a web designer, it is an upfront investment in money and in time. However, it's good because you can spend your time doing all the other things in your business that need to be done. Delegating out to a web designer is something you should consider. As someone who likes to DIY, learning how to change or fix or update your website can be done once your business is up and running. But if you're just getting started, having someone else to support you who knows what they're doing may actually help you launch your business sooner and get more sales coming in than you having to try to learn to do it on your own. Like I said at the beginning, this is not an exhaustive list at all. However, these are 4 things that you should really think about as you're starting to build your online product business website. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.